Hello, and welcome to the Rak'Tika Greatwood, where we are bathed in an overabundance of primal lights. We are the Warrior of Darkness, and we are continuing our journey through Shadowbringers. Hi. Oop. Well, you're ugly. Oh, so that's what those things are. They're magic pots? Kind of? Tomatoes. Don't really want to fight something that creepy. Oh joy, raptors. They're always fun. So this is the place from the trailer, I think. What was it called? Fort Gone. Oh, Emmett's still knocking around with us. With his slouchy... Ah, so this is after the destruction. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba. I like the music. Yeah, so it's been scorched by fire.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Okay. No, wait.
Now, surround them!
Oh, good. Hands up.
These Sin Eaters, they're not like the others.
I don't think we're Sin Eaters, that's why.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Or maybe we're not Sin Eaters.
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Damn it. But wait.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
Right.
Did you see that one disappear?
No, they didn't. They're all blind.
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Ooh, that's harsh. Hello, Y'shtola. I mean, Master Matoya.
Enough. Runar, report.
Master Matoya.
Hello, Y'shtola. Looking fly. Can I get this outfit, please? Pretty please?
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
What is that accent?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Play along.
It is passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether.
Of course, because she can't actually see.
Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
Would be nice.
First explain this other presence in your company, the one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Ah. Can I say
My
Kupo again?
apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
Hi.
It cannot be.
Nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome.
They've never really put a huge amount of consequence to Ishtola's etheric sight, her blindness. But it's interesting that they've played on it for this.
Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Rak'Tika and its people.
It's also interesting that she didn't arrive in time, of course, to see the Ascian, because that would have complicated things a lot. Ishtola! You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate and you will find me soon enough. Excellent. Oh, but first, I see an ether current, which must be mine. Although I think I'm going to have to... Yes. It's this way. No! Beetles! Same combat music. Oh, rhino attack. Somebody's just sped up the road at a ridiculous speed. Take that, beetle. How many do I need to kill? 2. That animation for Edge of Shadow is fairly straightforward, and yet still has a nice effect to it. Yeah, it is literally just a slash. Obtain 4 sacks of nuts. Beetle is power. What was that? 289 yards to the northeast. That's a bit of a ways off. Boop. Slitherbow. What a great sounding place. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the 12's Wood, this forest is a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. This music is from... Why do I recognise this music? Don't know. Oh, what's going on up there? Something special. Right, so we've got some random NPCs. This place is giving me certain vibes. I haven't changed a home point in ages. There's something about the music and the feel of the place.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
Become what you must. So their bow covers their eyes. Can we have that emote, please?
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people.
I am fine with that.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears.
Yes, where we can actually speak. It's interesting that Urianshe went through all the trouble of talking about names, and yet Ishtola called our lot by their name straight away. Matoya's theme. Still one of my favourite pieces of music.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Rak'Tika.
Yep. I do like her outfit.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance.
Half-truths, eh?
But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And
She's
thus
not a
I struck
trusting
out on my
person,
own.
is Ishtola?
My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand.
Which I can't see.
I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Thanks, Thancred.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka.
I like her brooch.
A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya.
Ixmaya. I'm glad, because I saw that on the map earlier and I was thinking, how the hell do you pronounce that? Fortunately,
Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded.
not by Tonbreeze, as I'd assumed.
Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire.
The Vis.
Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Tribe of warrior women, eh?
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
As for the tablet,
Oh yeah, that's the tablet we bought there. As a gift.
I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
Ah.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
That's a little bit more suspicious than it could be.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer.
How does she read? What with
While we
being
set to
blind
work,
and all?
Might I suggest you take a tour of the city?
Yes.
Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted.
She's nothing
rather
if not
well.
adaptable. She's a cat. They fall on their feet.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still
Ooh.
struggling to come to terms
Harsh.
with the nature of your young companion?
Yeah.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Oof. Yeah. Istola's not normally quite that blunt. Though maybe Thancred needed to
He
hear it.
understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Does he though?
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life.
Which, of course, is the choice that the original Menfilia gave.
But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Yeah, Ishtola has been changed slightly. She's a little colder, a little harsher. Ba, 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 ba. Blue Spirit leg gear. Level 74. Yeah, either I've missed some stuff. You know, my belt is still level 70. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some quests somewhere. Don't know. Right. I wish I'd never what? He found little in the way of welcome from the blessed, however. 'Twas not until the great fire where she denied the Sin Eaters a feast of ether that she gained their trust. Since then I've served as liaison twixt Slitherbound and the Crystarium that she might be kept abreast of the others' efforts. So that's the fire in the woods that was in the trailers. A day in the neighbourhood. I'm not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologise for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. So it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alfina have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is part of life. You're right. And after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worse. I'll have to speak to him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the Plaza? Runar at the Plaza. The Plaza. Now, I think somewhere I set a macro for mounting. Well, I can't remember what it is. No. Right, Runar. Welcome, dear friend. Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium. I see. This tablet you brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Rak'Tika. Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Everybody's saying that. Come, let me show you around. Hello, Miniphilia. It'd be alright if I joined you. Of course, of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may all have perished in the Great Fire. With our priests slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow. Show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Following is simple, I can do that. Nod. Yeah, I don't feel right wearing blue. I'm a Dark Knight. Dark Knights do not wear blue. Pots. And really cool candles. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Rak'Tika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for a moment that I might rid you of the light's impurity? I can do that. / kneel. I think people are moaning about tank changes in shout chat. As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. So there's actually a certain power in it. And with that, you've been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? Tingly! I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint, dark energy. A prickling sensor. Oh. Yes, as the warrior of light, it is only surprising that the darkness might... no one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. Of course, because they're both blessed by light. Huh. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect unless... By the gods, Master Matoya is right, you are sin eaters. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Alin Tuta. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the Blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. So, say Alin Tuta to greet the villagers of Slitherbow. I can do that. Boink, boink. Right. Alin Tuta. Placid elder. The elderly woman smiles? Smiles warmly. Smiles warmly. See, this is what I want. I want to be thematically appropriate. And I feel I am not. I'm wearing blue and I'm not a paladin. Ah, newly come traveller. Alin Chisi. And welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea. Quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Okay. Alin Chisi, welcome friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not. Our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. People have been greeted. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. Right. That is halfway through the level. Oh, a waste coffer. I was just saying that we didn't seem to have any waste gear. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Nod. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. Oh, I'm so glad I don't do that step forward emote version of that. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. Carrying water. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. I can do that. Hey, I help too. Yeah, Minfilia seems to have found a kind of guidance, a guiding light in us. Of course, one of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ursabel when you are finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill, you water. Okay then. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before the water leaks out. 45 seconds. Run as fast as you can. You've watered half of the plots. And there were also some side quests, which hopefully will give us some more gear. It's been a long time since we've had a weapon. It feels like it. Oh. Was there enough water for the plot? Nope. Only half. I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. 30 seconds. Oh, it's going to be tight. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Get us. Well met, travellers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? Did you not just see us watering your vegetables? Water the crops. Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. Sooner? That's not a word. Sooner. I've been rather distracted of late. Can we get your outfit? And your arm tattoos, they're cool. Watering the crops was always Todia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We've since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. There is not a lot there. I don't know how you manage. Have the Blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, you know our history, how our faith came to be? Yeah, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Rak'Tika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood, and their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realised that where there is light there must be darkness, and in that truth they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond those burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. So they've got this idea that the heavens are literally heaven. We remain in these woods for the self-same reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it is refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts. Keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. Keep their legacy alive. Because of course Minifilio is all about legacy. That is literally her role. Ba, 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 ba. I've just noticed the swirly detail. Blue Spirit Waist Gear. 403. Right. We've got a quest to do. But there's also some side quests, which I think I'm going to do off camera, because that's actually almost 40 minutes, which is a pretty decent time in order to get going. And in fact, that may even do me for the evening, because I've got to go and put some of these videos together. That's going to take some time. Nice hats, Chocobo. Let's see if any of these have got equipment. It was weird. They a lot of them started off giving equipment, but now they don't. It makes me wonder if the equipment giving quests are locked behind preliminary ones. This yellow dye is a weird choice of quest reward. Yeah, don't know. Either way, that is going to do it for today. It's warm in here, and I probably need to take a break from the warmth of the computer. Oh, I've talked to her. So I will catch you all, hopefully, in the next episode, where we'll continue onwards in the Rak'Tika Greatwood, which so far has been pretty great. I can't just leave with that terrible pun. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.